Welcome everyone to episode 16 of Around the Controller. I'm your host David, and this is the podcast where we talk about video games, how we feel about them, whether they're good or not, and this time what our game of the years are for 2020. Before we get to any of that though, I am joined every Friday by my friend Zach.
I'm here to tell you all, it turns out video games, pretty cool.
Some guy I also know named Chris.
I'm here to tell you, video games, not that good.
And if I'm ever in trouble, my lawyer Pritch.
I'm here to tell you video games.
I thought you were going to say, not real.
I thought you were going to say, just right.
I would have been good, so.
Goldilocks.
Oh, I really did think that's where it was going. Before we get to...
Also, somebody should have said video games have come a long way since Pac-Man.
I'd argue they haven't.
Now, see, Zach said they're good. Chris said they're not, so I took the middle road.
Hey.
Fair.
Before we get into any Game of the Year discussions, first off, cheers to Trump being off of Twitter.
Hey, L'chaim.
Not the end of the year. The beginning of the new year.
And beginning of the new year. Cheers again to the new year. Here we go.
And also, cheers to 14K subscribers. Holy shit.
I only have so much liquid in my cup.
What a great way to end this year. Begin this year.
Yeah, seriously.
End last year and begin this year, yes. Absolutely wild. Thank you all. Any of you who have been subscribing that are watching the show anew, happy to have you. Please leave comments and stuff. What do you want to see from this show? It'd be cool.
Please leave.
No. I think you should leave. Sir, you had enough around the monitor.
There's the door.
I'll tell you when I've had enough. Punch.
You know what I have not had enough of though? Games.
Video games.
I would like to talk about some games I played over this long, what has it been, 3 week break?
I think 3 weeks since we've done the show, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna start this time. I played a lot of Persona 5 Royal.
Good game.
Like I had said last time I played a lot of Persona 5 Royal, I played a lot of Persona 5 Royal. I platinumed the game in 2 weeks and 4 days, which was 120 hours in 2 weeks and 4 days.
Wait. So 2.5 weeks, 120 hours. I'm gonna do the math. Everybody keep talking.
Dave, I have a very important question about this game now that you're nearing the end of it.
No, I'm done. It's over. I finished it.
Better. Who did you romance?
So best girl, Takemi, girl I romanced, Makoto.
Ugh. Awful.
Dave spent almost 7 hours a day for 18 days straight playing Persona 5.
That
sounds right, honestly.
A lot.
I had a whole week and a half off with where I put my PTO and company holidays. So that's pretty much all I did. Because there's a pandemic and I'm boring. So I cooked and played Persona 5. That was it. Fan-fucking-tastic game.
Soundtrack now on Spotify.
Soundtrack on Spotify, which is banging. It is a fantastic... That game is just all around fantastic. Yeah. It would be 10 out of 10, but there are a couple design choices that are in all Persona games that I hate, so it's not 10 out of 10.
And I can't kiss the boys.
Oh, you can't kiss the boys too. That's fair. I really hate that the protagonist doesn't just have a canon name that's in the game.
Ren, it is. You have to.
No, yeah, I put it. My name was Ren Amamiya. However, they won't just say, "Oh, hi, Ren." They just say, "Hi." Insert name here, and they have you name the Phantom Thieves, and then they never use your name other than in print.
That's
which
actually
is
a weird thing in. Yeah, they never use it except in print, but they use it a lot more in non-royal, and then in royal they just say the Phantom Thieves a bunch.
Yep. So yeah, like there's stuff like that made it not quite a 10 out of 10 game for me, but fuck, that was a good game. Holy shit, that was a good game.
Aesthetic nailed so well.
Aesthetic was great. Character development was great. Most of the characters I didn't like. By the time I talked to them enough, I liked them a lot. Like, minus one. Voiced by Matt Mercer. Not a good guy. Fucking hated that character.
That's funny.
Yusuke?
I didn't know that Matt Mercer voiced a character in the game.
He does. And
Matt Mercer legally must be in every video game, or we'll all be shot.
I thought that was Troy Baker.
I was about to say that was Troy Baker.
Well, Matt Mercer killed Troy Baker and took his power.
Oh, okay. Did he take the hair and the scarf?
Then who was the person on stage at the Game Awards?
Matt Mercer.
It was me. Because as Chris said, that looks like Zach.
I have to say that. I said he was just dressed like you.
Fucker.
Oh, good game though, and the royal content, that shit was good. Like,
yeah,
this isn't okay, that would be a spoiler. Basically, there's a final boss that didn't change from Persona 5 to royal. Like, you can tell it was the final boss from the original game. You beat it, and I was like, huh.
That felt very final bossy.
That felt very final bossy. How the fuck are they going to continue off of that? And they managed to do it very well. I was very surprised.
Surprisingly organically.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's because after P4 Golden going into P5, they're like, we're gonna make a golden version of this.
Oh,
so
for
they probably
sure.
planned for it.
I think they planned for it a little bit, but I was still very shocked at just how smooth the transition was. Like, it was very shocking. And I'd love to talk with you, Chris, with spoilers when Bridge is not here, because I want to know how you feel about certain parts of that game. Persona 5 Royal spoiler cast coming soon. Probably not.
No. For a 2-year-old game? Come on!
Royal came out last year.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was 2020.
Yeah, it was 2020.
2020 was Eternal, right?
Sure felt like it.
Yeah, pretty much. Other game I played, Bug Snacks. Played all the way through Bug Snacks.
Oh, you finished it.
Yeah, Platinum did. It was fun. I had a good time with it.
Oh shit, you platinumed it too.
I mean, it was very easy platinum, so it wasn't like
yeah.
Like, by the time I got to like the end where it was like, hey, if you continue, you're gonna reach the end of the game, so if there's anything you want to do, go do it. Like, I was only missing like 4 or 5 Bug Snacks. And I said to like
I can't with the fucking name.
Bunga 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 bunga.
Bunger is the fucking like, if Bunger, here's the thing. I don't know if y'all remember GameFAQs or GameFAQs.com, as I called it back in the day.
I still use it.
Always have, hell
great,
yeah.
Great website.
Every year they would do a, like, who is the best character in video games? If fucking Bunger is not on the next goddamn poll list, I will be furious. Bunger is an icon.
The voices for the Bug Snacks.
I don't care.
Voices for the Bug Snacks are great. Like,
yes.
They honestly, the voice talent for the Bug Snacks specifically, way too over. Like, they hired people that were way too good for that. Like, they got Christina V to do like 5 or 6 Bug Snacks, and she's like an A-list voice actress, and I'm like, you probably could have gone for someone cheaper.
Way cheaper.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, want to be in these Bug Snacks?
Yeah, you're gonna play a Pokemon basically, so you only say your own name in different inflections. Okay, all right, okay, easy money, all right.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, it's Pokemon Snap, but better puzzles is basically what Bug Snacks is. And it was, the puzzles were at the perfect, for getting like at least all the Bug Snacks. Like, they were the perfect difficulty, whereas like, it'll take me like a couple minutes to figure it out, but I'll figure it out and I don't need to go fucking look up a guide. Like, I think I looked up where one Bug Snack was. And that was just...
OP says Bug Snacks Game of the Year 2020?
Absolutely not. It was fun, but it was not like a great game. It was a fun little palate cleanser after playing 120 hours of Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
Definitely runner up though. Number 2.
No, it's not even in the top 5. The other game I played, last one, I played The Pathless. Dan Sayonara Stan from our Discord and chat has been bugging us to play this game for probably, when did it come out? November, for 2 months basically. Yeah. And I finally played it, enjoyed it. The movement system is cool. I wish they used the. Have you guys seen the pathless at all?
I've seen stuff, yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
basically, you're shooting targets as you move to keep your speed up and stuff like that, which is cool. But a lot of the boss fights. Let me rephrase. All of the boss fights, except the last one, are 2 phases. The first phase, you're just chasing the boss. All of those are the same. It's kind of boring. And then the second phase is more of like a platforming or typical boss fight thing. And I really wish they used the movement stuff in the boss fights, and they really don't. So like, it was fun. I had a good time. I don't think it's. I wouldn't like tell everyone and shout from the mountaintops to go play this game. But it's definitely chill. It's kind of open worldy, run around. There's the storm mechanic that basically every time you're in a section of the game, there's a storm that has the monster in it that chases you as you're doing stuff. That's just incredibly annoying and pointless. And I wish it wasn't there.
That's a bummer.
Because like, it gets in the way. Like, you have to go to these towers to bring these emblem things you get from solving puzzles, which the puzzles were fun. I enjoyed it. But I'd like get him and I was like, okay, I need to go to a tower. Motherfuck, there's a storm sitting right on top of the tower that's near me. All right, well, I guess I'll just go around it to this farther tower. And the storm moves and sometimes teleports. So I'll start going to the farther tower, and then the fucking storm teleported to the farther tower. And I'm like, motherfucker! Turn around and go to a different one.
It sounds like makes me think of Death Stranding when you realize it's raining fucking like in the direct path and you have to go through it and you're like, God, just let me walk there, please.
It's all game is walking.
Or the entire mountain section of Death Stranding.
Pretty much.
That's it for me. I literally just finished the Pathless last night, so I haven't started anything
Nice.
yet.
Really quick, because I realized I haven't turned my PlayStation 5 on since probably at least a month at this point. Would you recommend me getting Miles Morales over the Pathless?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
so.
the answer is like a very
What
much.
would you
yes.
recommend Bug Snacks over Miles Morales? That's
Listen,
the
I've played Bug Snacks, all right? I've played the game of the year for 2020.
I was gonna say Bugsnax was free if you had PS Plus when PS5 came out.
It was probably the best free game I've played of the year. So
When's Bug Snacks Game of the Year edition?
They might do it.
Judging from the end of the game, I don't think they will. But
hey, you said that about Persona 5. Who knows? They'll tack on an ending that makes sense, an extra ending.
Ooh, Bug Snacks Royal.
I guess they.
Wait, no.
God.
It would be Bug Snacks Royale with cheese.
Okay, that was fair.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you don't think that was a funny joke,
That's
you can
fair.
fuck right off. That was a good joke. All
I
right.
don't even think you know what Bug Snacks is. I'm just pretending to know at this point.
It's
Like
Pokemon
the
Snap.
silence there, I was like, the longer it went on, I was like, "Fuck, you gotta be kidding me!" That was good. I will die on that hill. Okay.
Strange hill to die on, but at least you're dead.
The one way to escape the 2020s.
Yeah.
Zach, what have you been playing?
Honestly, the only game I've played, I think, in this break has been Hades. I played a lot of it. I went from 0 runs to 35, and I started getting wins at 17. I think I said. I think I only failed 3 of the runs after that. So
Nice.
I got a lot of wins. I got the true ending. I played for probably 5 to 6 more runs, and then I was like, okay. It's the thing where, like, if I'm in a car or if I'm traveling and I haven't downloaded a new game, I might go back and play it some more. I really do enjoy it.
Oh, you play on Switch?
Yeah, I'm playing on Switch. I still don't have a single person like romanced or maxed out, and I know that's a mechanic in the game. Part of me thinks they put that way too, like, they made it way too difficult to get.
Yeah,
because
they definitely did.
yeah, what's like, I gotta get fucking, I gotta run into, fuck, I almost called him Patroclus.
Patroclus?
Patroclus, thank you. I've ran into, like, every time I've ran into him, I've given him ambrosia, and I just got to a point where it's like, you can't give him, you have to just talk to him 3 more times before you can even give him another thing. And I'm like, God, fuck, just let me get his quest, and so I can do. And I'm just like, fine, whatever, fine. This game wants
you
me
have
to
to
keep
give
playing
people
it.
like 8. You have to give people like tens of things of nectars just to like
Oh,
reach checkpoints in the relationship, and it's very annoying.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I didn't
that is
do that
that
part.
is a serious complaint of mine. But other than that, I mean, the game really does a great job of just constantly giving you this injection of new and fun things. Even now, I mean, again, I finished like my first complete run was over like half the time ago of me spent playing this game, and I'm still unlocking new weapon augments that completely changed the way a weapon was played. I got an augment for the shield that actually made me enjoy playing with the shield for once. So it only took 50 hours in the game. I don't know how many hours I played. It's not that many, but
Am I the only one
it's-
that thinks it's weird that you're basically romancing all of your aunts and uncles?
you're not,
If it's a god?
you're
Considering
not
that
romancing them.
you can romance 3 characters and none of them are those. No.
Oh, okay. Is it
Exactly.
so the actual romance ones are like Meg and the other Furies or something?
No, Meg, Medusa, and Thanatos.
Yes.
AKA the only 3 worth romancing anyway.
Okay,
so-
but Thanatos is your relative.
No, he's
No.
not.
there's not.
Wait, I
No
thought he
relation
was-
there.
I thought he was
Duh.
Hypno's brother.
Yeah, but Hypno isn't related
But
to
you're
you.
not related to Hypno.
I thought Hypno was the son of Hades.
No,
No.
he's a son of
No. Son of
Nyx.
Nyx.
And Nyx is a
Son of
Titan
Nyx,
you
not
have
Hades.
no actual relation to.
Oh, okay, never mind then. That's no
It's all
longer
kosher,
weird.
baby.
No
All
longer weird.
kosher. We did it.
To be fair,
We got
lots of-
3 whole relationships out of Greek mythology, and none of them were incest.
I was
That's
gonna
a
say,
new
now-
record.
To be fair,
Now kiss
that
that
would be
edgy
par for
boy.
the course.
It
for
would be
Greek
par for the
mythology.
course for Greek mythology, but it'd be weird to fucking roleplay that, you know?
Yeah, I was like, oh hey, Zeus is going to turn into a literal duck and fuck a woman.
It's literally
so-
it's the same reason why I didn't romance Takemi in Persona 5 Royal, because she's a fucking doctor and I'm a high schooler.
Yes, so then you romance boring ass Makoto. We don't have time for this.
Yeah, we can skip talking about Hades for now because
It'll come
That's
back, I'm
it.
sure.
Spoilers
apart from
gonna
that,
come up.
I've played Picross on my phone. I think that's about it. So
Woo, let's go, Picross, yeah.
Picross is great.
Chris, play any games other than Picross?
Let's see. Pretty much every game I've played during this break is going to come up during our discussion of games of the year, so I'll save all of those. And I'll talk about stuff I've been playing since then. Well, okay, one game will not come up is Cyberpunk 2077, which, hey guys, it's not a game of the year. The game's pretty shit. I'm done with it. I didn't beat it. I got to a point where my save file is buggy, is all shit. I don't want to continue to play it. So I looked up the rest of the endings on the internet. 65 out of 100. This game kind of sucks.
Ripperino.
65
But,
is kind of pretty good
I mean,
for the
it's
kind of
above
sucks
average.
game.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, once again, it's above average. That's a good score. But yeah, it's a deeply flawed game that hopefully buried somewhere underneath the turd sandwich, people can dust out a good game and mod it into completion. But you know, that's we're long off from that. So I'll come back to it like a year and a half, maybe. Other than that, you guys play Dadish? It's a
What is
game
that?
for your phone. I'm pulling it up right now, where you play as a radish who's also a dad.
Wow, that is incredible wordplay.
And
I'm easily impressed by wordplay.
I was gonna say that is not
I was
that
gonna
impressive.
say,
of
it's
word,
not at
right?
all impressive.
and it's just a like platformer where you have to go around and save your terrible radish children. And they're all awful. And
Would you say that they're baddish children?
that's a joke literally in the game, because as I was about to say,
God damn it!
every joke in the game is a dad joke.
Oh, wow.
Would
Okay, I gotta play
Would
this
you
game,
say
I guess.
the children are quite oddish though?
No, that joke sucked, and you can get the fuck out of here, David.
Shut- Leave.
Zach, did you know Ekans is snake backwards?
I hate you.
I'll leave
know,
this
Muck spells
damn
backwards.
discussion.
And the other game I played is I don't know if it's Minoria or Minoria, but it is the new Metroidvania. Not new; it came out like the end of last year. by the people who made Momodora, which is another really good, like, I guess, anime chibi style Metroidvania. But Minoria is, as I was saying to these guys beforehand, it's basically like, what if we made a Bloodborne Metroidvania for the kids? And it's awesome.
Say this game name one more time.
Minoria, Minoria.
Okay, I'm looking at this art style. Looks fine.
Yeah, it's a spectacle fighter spectacle fighter Metroidvania. Where you have like parries and dodge rolls and air combos and spells. It's very cool. If you parry something, you instant transmission behind them and do a cool combo.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Game's very. Also, soundtrack really good. I was fighting a boss, and there's like this like chiptune opera music playing in the background, and then like the chanting kicks in, and then a sweet electric guitar, and I was like, "Yes, video
game!" Anything else, Chris?
Yeah, everything else I've played will come up during the Game of the Year discussion.
All right, Pridge, how about you?
So when we last did this show like 3 weeks ago, I was playing Hyrule Warriors and Persona 4 Golden. I'm still playing those because Hyrule Warriors 2 has way more content than I thought it would, which is cool because it's a full price game, but there's a lot more content than I expected. So that's still fun. I'm doing a second playthrough of Persona 4 Golden because I want to see if I can get every Steam achievement. That might or might not work out. Who knows?
Going for that 100%. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then the only new thing to add to that is I picked up Metro 2033 free on the Epic Store and have I'm actually pretty close to being done with that, I think.
Did those versions give you Redux or just the original?
It was Metro 2033 Redux.
Okay, good. Nice.
What I am as Chris suggested, I am playing it on Ranger mode. I'm also playing it on Survival mode. So I have no HUD, very low amounts of ammo, and everything does like triple damage. So I die faster, and everything else dies faster.
I didn't do that.
Are you enjoying that experience, or is it too restricting?
No, I think that's I've never really played like a horror sort of shooter like this before. Mm-hmm. So I think this is. At first, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get through it. Now I'm glad I did it because I think it's the best experience.
Yeah,
I think it makes the tenseness more tense. I like that I'm. The only problem when it hurts is if you get a bad checkpoint. Like I got a checkpoint where I had 1 minute of air left right before a long conversation scene.
Ooh.
So I literally had to put my gas mask on, breathe for 1 second, take it off, wait till I was just about dead, put my gas mask on, breathe for 1 second, take it off. And I had to do this for the entire like dialogue scene until I could sprint to a place and get a new gas mask.
See, I recognize that's obviously very annoying, but like as a story, like in the Metro universe, that seems actually very on brand.
I know, like it's like outside of annoying things like that are still kind of funny. Once I figured out I could still cheese my way to not die, it was still fun.
What are you doing for voice settings? Because
same thing what you did. I did Russian.
Yeah, the Russian voice acting in those games is phenomenal, particularly Last Light, in which the main human villain is just so charming.
Yeah. Once again, the only problem is though it doesn't subtitle just like random NPC dialogue.
That's only a problem.
That's not in a set scene. So if
only a problem in 33, that'll be fixed in Last Light.
Yeah, so that's the one thing is there are sometimes conversations where I'm just completely in the dark. But no, it's tense, it's fun. Again, not like super scary, but it's that good tense middle ground while still having some classic shooter elements. Switching between fighting monsters and having to fight underground Nazis and underground communists is quite fun. And the level where I had to basically run away from librarians was phenomenal.
That level was very, very good.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
I
Very,
literally know nothing.
very, very annoying, but very, very great.
I'm realizing I know so little about Metro.
I mean, they're
I mean,
not
I knew nothing about it until
librarians.
2 weeks ago when I picked up this
Fair.
game and started playing it.
Fair.
It is like that franchise is so fucking good.
Yep. I still haven't played Exodus. Did that come out last year?
No, that was 19.
Oh, damn. Cool. Anything else, Bridge?
No, those
Oh.
two really.
Real quick, because I don't think you had finished Persona 4 Gold, like finished a playthrough last time. What'd you think of the final bits of P4 Gold? No spoilers, but
Yeah, no spoil. I think the way they do the plot's pretty good. I think the ending's very good. If you get, obviously, I mean, the ending's pretty good. Again, overall, it's a very fun game. Combat's for the most part a lot of fun. The writing when it's actually trying to be serious is very good. The writing when it's trying to be comedic, it ranges from trash to downright offensive. Like every fun scene where they're just trying to like do comedic character development is just like 10 minutes of cringe and offensive jokes, and they're all bad.
As Ponder's actually murdering Yosuke for real.
Yes, exactly. Like
And
multiple times.
Pondered the same thing for Ryuji.
Oh, Ryuji's
It's like,
great though.
No,
here's
he's
another
a fucking idiot though.
Yeah, he is.
Here's another fat joke. Here's another I want to see girls in swimsuits joke. Here's another is Kanji gay joke. Here's another one. Here's another adult hitting on a kid joke. Why is this the only humor in this game?
Now,
Man.
I'd like to say that most of those are gone in P5, and most of them are, but adults hitting on kids, nah.
That's not gone at all.
Dude, stop doing that.
There's literally a social link that is an adult woman that will come to your home and give you a massage when you call her for free in a maid costume.
There's also a boss fight relevant to this subject.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
How deep were you in the game when you figured it out?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a 20. How old's this game? Whatever. When you figured out who the killer is?
Oh man, absolutely amazing. So when you're picking to guess who the final killer is,
Yes,
you're literally given an option to pick every single character in the game that you've
awesome.
met
It's so
and
cool.
accuse them. And you actually only get 3 tries. I guessed on the 3rd try and got it right.
Oh, you didn't know until then.
No, I didn't even fucking know. I guessed.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
I straight up like, I don't know. I didn't know if I was supposed to know. So I'm like, fuck it. What if it's him? And it's
That's
like,
amazing.
oh my gosh, you're right. I'm like, wait, I was fucking with you guys.
So you
That's
guessed
amazing.
Nanako twice, and then the
Fucking Nanako.
Actually, my first guess was a character I didn't recognize. I'm like, who is that again? And I just clicked their name.
it was one of the soccer boys. That's what I did the first time I played it.
No, it was I think so. I think it was the mom of the kid you daycare for. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's what her name is. Nah, she's not the killer.
I literally
Every time I played through it since, I always guessed Nanako at least once, and then I picked the person.
I literally knew who the final, well, quote unquote, final dungeon was gonna be for P5 Royal the moment I met the person whose spouse it was.
Well, I had suspicions of it being that character, but I was like, well, it's one of 2 characters. It's just a matter of how they bait and switch me.
Oh, sorry, the final for the normal game, not the royal content.
Oh,
The royal content, as soon as I went into the palace, I was like, oh, it's him. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, enough Persona. Well, maybe not enough.
Welcome to the
Game of the year. All right, let's hear it. Zach, what's your game of the year?
Oh man. Okay. How about this? I am like teetering on the line between Ghost and Hades at this point. Because before when we had spoken about this, I hadn't played Hades seriously in depth since they had actually finished the game. At that time, Ghost of Tsushima was my game of the year. I do. The only reason I would put Hades above Ghost is that I think Hades, in just its moment to moment experience, is a more enjoyable game. I am constantly being like, "Fuck yeah!" It's constantly drip feeding me more shit to keep that adrenaline rush going, to keep that uh, gameplay loop that just is addicting and fun and enjoyable. It does have the thing where, like I said, once you finish the end, personally, I know there's like, oh, you can just keep playing, keep getting better. Cool, cool, cool. I fall off a little bit. Also, I don't personally love the ending,
Like
like
the
the true
true ending.
ending. Yeah, it was fine. Elise had an issue with it. I kind of also do, where it's just very like, oh well, we're kind of cool now, right? Huh, Dad?
Bit too much of a happy ending. But
Yeah, exactly.
but then again, a lot of people point out this game really isn't actually like it's not terribly serious, and the Greek gods are shit,
Totally,
and also
totally.
and also like you beat it 10 times. You're allowed to
Right.
you're allowed to smile now.
Exactly. It depends on how much you want to like go into it. Listen, other people are going to talk about Hades more than me. So the reasons that I think Ghost is a very serious game of the year contender. Yeah, really quick, it blew my mind that a lot of like games critics, this game is like not even on their like top 10 list for
Yeah,
this year. I'm
blows
like,
my
you're
mind.
fucking wild.
Wild to
See,
me.
bias be fucked. Like it's crazy.
It's the same thing. Whereas last year at the Game Awards, they didn't what's it called? Fire Emblem Three Houses didn't win any awards from critics, but it won best game of
That
the
was
year
also fucking wild.
That
by
was
the Player's
wild.
Choice. This year, Ghost of Tsushima won Player's Choice game. It Joe in the
Oh,
chat
okay.
says, "Are you
I was just gonna
considering
bring it up.
Legends?"
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get there, Joe.
Oh,
Basically, Sucker Punch said, "Hey, y'all, it's your boy Sucker Punch. We're about to come up here, drop the best Ubisoft open world game. It's got everything you love in your Ubisoft open world games. You got encampments that you got to clear to unlock parts of the map. You've got uh, all these fucking collectibles that just gradually make your character a little bit stronger, that add up so much over time, and it feels meaningful the whole time, except for when you have to do the same goddamn mission 4 times in a row. But that was of my choosing. The game said, hey, you don't have to do this all at once. And I said, no, listen, I want that armor right now. I'm going to do the same fucking thing 6 times in a row. No regrets, because that armor was very good for at least a third of the game, and then you get an armor that just invalidates every other armor set. This game fucking kicks ass. It was the perfect thing I needed for when I played it. I was so hooked on it. I understand the kind of dismissal of this game by critics to some extent, because it is doing nothing new, not a single goddamn thing new. But fuck, it's just so polished. I mean, I did have some glitches in my run, but like nothing crazy, and just the gameplay loop is so fascinating. The gameplay the story did get me to cry at one point. Here's the thing, I don't know how you'll feel about this. The ending was kind of, it was also like Hades, where I'm like, this is fine. It was like killing Genghis Khan was not nearly as enjoyable as it should have been. Not Genghis Khan, sorry, Kublai Khan was not nearly as enjoyable as it should have been. The thing Here's the problem: is I went to bed after doing that and was like, okay, there's a thing. It was like 3 a.m. I was like, I gotta go to bed. I woke up the next day to start playing the ending, and I was like, oh, it's really fast. I should have just stayed up and played this. And it totally, it was a bummer. I should have played it, because I was like kind of taken out and having to start fresh with the conversation with your uncle, and then being like, here's the fight to the death with your uncle, which also was, they should have made that fight way harder. But anyway, I don't know.
I don't know if they should have.
At that
It's
point,
that's not. But at the same time, this is a video
exactly.
game.
Exactly. That's 100% how I feel about it. The fight with Kublai Khan was pretty easy too, because at that point I was so specced up in skills.
Yeah,
I was just like,
I was gonna say, if
smoke
anything
bomb,
should have been
guess
more
what? 2
difficult.
assassinations on you. Your health bar is gone.
If
Let's
anything
go.
should have been more difficult, it was Kublai Khan, not
Yes.
your
I
uncle.
There's
agree.
also the narrative there of the fact that like the Mongols spent the entire game underestimating you, and you're just like at this point it just sawed off murdering badass who's killed hundreds of thousands of people.
Also, really quick, there was like a romance thing with Yuna, right? Am I crazy?
It was there.
I feel like
I think
Yeah,
they intentionally left it open to interpretation.
it annoys. See, that's what annoys me is because it felt like it wasn't there. Like they were like respected friends, and then there was a moment where they were like, "I can't live without you anymore." Me either. And then they never addressed that again. I'm like,
video
like
game.
that moment felt more than platonic for me. So I was just like, and I didn't need it. I didn't need the romance. But them setting that up, I was like, oh fuck yeah.
Maybe it's a weird Japan thing. They're weird about romance over there.
That's what I've heard. But going out of that, bringing up Ghost of Tsushima Legends. That's such a good multiplayer mode, y'all. Holy shit.
We need to play
In this
more of that,
game-
by the way.
In this game,
Especially considering they did not need to make it.
no, here's the thing, and this is just wild speculation. This mode happened because The Last of Us Part 2 was not ready on time, and they had to delay the fuck out of this game by literally almost half a year. I think half a year straight up to
I don't
make
think
it
it was
work.
that much, but it was a few months at least.
I feel like it was at least 5 that they had to delay that game from when it was like originally planned, and that gave them time to really make and polish this online mode, multiplayer mode that just is so good and so fun to just hop in and out, play with friends, play not with friends. It's got its weird online story mode that has such a unique and cool art design style that is so different from the main game. And then it has all these raids and just like wave encounters that are also just so addicting to play. And it has a Destiny 2 style loot system that also kicks ass.
Yep.
It kicks butt. There's nothing else to say about it. It's so good. I love Ghost of Tsushima story and I love Legends. So I think that's my game of the year.
It's a good game. It's a good fucking game right there.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but
right.
what's your game of the year?
I got a top 5, so I'm just gonna run through the 3 real quick, and then the 2 that are actually like high contenders. Number 5 is Spiritfarer, a game that I feel like was thoroughly snubbed at the Game Awards this year, mostly because they put Hades in the indie game category, which is horseshit.
I mean, it is, but also it isn't.
I get it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I get it, but come on, give somebody else a chance. Spiritfarer is a gorgeous, cute little game that actually deals with a very heavy subject of death and like getting over it and passing on and all that jazz. And it sort of like portrays it in a very interesting way. And you, as basically the boatkeeper Charon from Greek myth, but like a cool new version for the kids. You're charged with maintaining the Spiritfarer and helping souls move on from the living world to the dead world. And it's just you're just a girl with her cat on a boat, and you're just taking people from place to place and figuring stuff out and chatting to people and learning like what makes them tick. And the dialogue and writing in this game are so well done. There's a lot to do, but the game does a really, really great job of not overwhelming you. Like it'll give you like, hey, you have 10 objectives at once. Chill. Take your time. The game actively goes out of its way to multiple times tell you you're not gonna miss anything. So like you can take as long as you need to beat this game, because you can take as long as you need to mourn thing. That's the whole point. It's all very, very well done. I really do want to highlight that the dialogue in this game is very well written. I note a lot how games have a really tough time handling like cursing and swearing. It often sounds like forced, or like they're dropping F-bombs to make you realize this is important. Or like Cyberpunk, where it's just like we're just gonna curse all the time and it's gonna be cool, and it comes off as very like trying to be cool. Casual, like people just saying,
dude, that's preem. That's preem, dude. That's preem, dude.
Oh, that's Choom.
Choom. They say that.
Choom.
We're talking about swearing or bad 90s movie dialogue.
Yes.
We're talking about Cyberpunk's actual dialogue.
But yeah, just like people saying like shit when they drop something and like stuff like that is just you don't really see it in games because it's just not, games aren't written like that.
Mm-hmm.
games aren't written for casual dialogue, really. And it's I don't know. I'm harping on too much, but I think that's a really good thing about this game. It's a great game. It's very pretty. Soundtrack's awesome. Highly recommend. Moving on to number 4, let's talk about some more JRPGs, baby. Yakuza Like a Dragon is very fucking good.
Oh, hell, I'm glad somebody got
yeah.
to actually play this.
A complete opposite of Spiritfarer. This is a game about punching people, motherfucker. This is a game in which you get shot multiple times. This is a game in which you can drive a flaming car through a mall. You can hit people with bicycles. You can get in fights with hobos. You can deploy the hobo army. You can throw squids at people. You can fight with a swordfish. Hell yeah! Video game.
I do got to play this game.
This game kicks so much fucking ass. It doesn't need to be a JRPG. The fact that it's a really competent Dragon Quest ripoff is amazing. Like they had no reason to do this. The combos are sick. The actual JRPG's like fighting system is actually very intuitive and cool. They did a really clever way of mixing the Yakuza fighting style with this, where it's basically whenever you are doing a special move, you have like either a button sequence or timing of a button or mash or something like that to basically get extra punch out of your big punch, and like where you throw or position enemies to in the world that you're fighting in, like it is wherever you're fighting. They don't load you into like a special fight zone. It's wherever you encounter enemies. That's what the enemies are. Like if you're near a trash can, you will toss them into the trash can, pick up the lid, and then bash them over the head with it.
That's cool.
Awesome.
The first part sounds.
90s hair metal.
Did you play Stick of Truth, Chris?
That's the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the first one.
I was gonna say the first part of your description of like like a dragon combat
like
sounds
that,
very
but
similar.
They're more advanced. Like each character in your party gets a different like system, but then those systems have like depending on if you are going more this build or this build with a character, it'll be more like, for example, one build might be more timing, like a rhythm timing, and one might be a sequence of buttons.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And there will be mixes of that as well. It's very well done. The summons are the best part of this game because they're all very good. The sumo summon is one of the funniest things in the world. Whip out a phone, a car skids around the corner, sumos get out, beat a guy up, stomp him, and then run away.
Man,
I need to play this.
When I was in Japan, I saw like a sumo wrestling tournament, and it was maybe the greatest thing I've ever seen in person.
Yeah, the Yakuza does a really great way of straddling that line that Saints Row and GTA try to straddle, where they're like wacky but also serious. But Yakuza does it in my favorite way, where Saints Row has gone full wacky, and GTA still kind of walks the line a little bit constantly. Yakuza is like the story, deadly serious. We are as serious as we can possibly be. Everything else, fucking guys in diapers doing drop kicks out windows, throwing chicken people. Like it's just balls to the wall, ridiculous.
I've been meaning to get into the Yakuza series for so long.
I love the Yakuza. I played every single one of them. I adore the Yakuza series. They're so good.
Question to you: now that this game is out, do you recommend starting here, or should I go play?
You need no knowledge of other Yakuza games to play this. I do recommend starting with 0 because it is the best Yakuza game. It is even better than 4 and 5. And
also, this is number 4 on your list of 5, right?
Sorry. Yes. Yes.
I like that the two people before him only brought one game. Chris is like, hold up.
I
book.
I have a top 5. What do you want from me? Sorry. This one will be a lot quicker. Number 3 is One Step from Eden. It's the best roguelike.
It's not, but that's fine.
I disagree, but it's one of the best roguelikes of this year.
It's better than Hades?
As a roguelike, yes. As a game, no. As a complete package game, Hades is a better thing. As a pure run-to-run roguelike, this is it. This is perfect.
You know what, Chris? I'm taking away your Supergiant fandom card. You're no longer a Supergiant fan. In fact, you hate them.
If you like Mega Man Battle Network games, just play this game. You will. I can guarantee you will enjoy it. If you like roguelikes and you can tolerate deck building, I guarantee you will enjoy this game. It is fantastic. I know. I know.
It's probably my favorite game of this year that nobody has played, and that is
Yeah,
That is
everyone,
how we'll go.
I know, like 10 people have bought it off my recommendation and then messaged me separately. Go, yo, this game rips ass, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking know. It's
This
I
game
would-
rips ass.
in a good
I
way.
would go so far. I would go so far as to say this is also in my top 5 for 2020. This
It's a
game
great.
is so
It is
good.
it's such a good game, and the mods are all very good because Steam mod community actually is surprisingly dope.
Oh, I haven't even tried a mod
So,
on this
It's
game.
made by one guy, and he flat out on Twitter will be like, "Yo, this mod's awesome. Check it out."
Hell
I
yeah.
love when devs do that. All right, number 2 and number 1. This is gonna be, I'm assuming, pretty much all of our number 2s and number 1s. Ghost of Tsushima and Hades.
Okay, great. There we go.
Most of these games are very, very good. What do you want from me?
Mine will be
assume this is
different.
Going to end up being the main conversation here is what are the merits and the things to take away from each. I personally like Hades more. I think it is just I think it's just a better game. I like, and that comes down to such a minor like personal preference thing. I really like both these games. Ghost of Tsushima nails its direction and concept and style so well. The ending sucks, and that's really the only complaint I can have about this game.
I didn't think the ending sucked. That's okay.
I don't. It doesn't suck. I don't like it. I compared to the rest of the game, I thought it was a pretty sour note. And Hades is awesome. It is a great game. The writing is cool. It is a masterclass in how to roll out your story in a non-conventional format. In a game that is not just walk down level after level, it is a game of like runs, and they manage to parse the story out in such a way that the dialogue between all the gods is interesting, and they sort of compartmentalize out more and more information to you over time, which is very well done. Pretty much all the characters that are meant to be likable are likable, and pretty much all the characters that are annoying dickheads are like, you're just like, oh, I want to knock your face off.
Theseus, yeah.
Yes, well, he's the most literal example of, oh my god, fuck this guy. But like like Ares is a annoying little war baby. Aphrodite is actually kind of a bitch. Like Demeter is so mean.
But
She
like, you could
really
say
is
she's
so
cold-hearted.
Yeah. Hypnos is a beautiful, sweet boy, and it's unfortunate that we can't at least be good friends. Hades is great. Hey, hey, shocker, super giant game. Chris likes it. Whoop de doo.
One thing you brought this up, and I do want to like double down on it, that has amazed me, even playing like into the past the actual story of the game, is how the dialogue still is new and still is like referencing everything that's happened. Like I had randomly one dialogue from Hermes that basically was like, "Hey, I'm just the messenger boy. I do know what is actually happening that all the other gods cannot find out about. But we cool, dog. We cool." And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Hermes knows?"
And the fact that there was, he's the messenger, and the fact that there was so much stuff in, like, there's so much stuff in those dialogue trees that are like, this is dialogue you may very very well never encounter. That is
Exactly.
voice dialogue.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Games do not do that. It's insane. Also, I think Pridge will talk about this later. 10 out of 10 on the horniness scale for a video game.
Yes, it's very horny.
Dionysus is the thirstiest design I've ever seen for anything
Dude,
ever.
I mean, that's very appropriate for that guy.
It is appropriate. It is appropriate, but chill.
I don't know if it was in this group or if it was somebody I follow on Facebook or whatever, but they were like, I just want to get a dog so I can name him Zagreus and so I can nickname him Zag. And I was like, fuck. That's pretty good.
It's good.
Because every time Dionysus is like, Zag, my man, what's up?
What's
I'm
up,
like,
Zag?
fuck yeah.
He's just chill, bro, by the way.
Yeah. So good.
All right, Pridge, what's your game of the year?
So I played a lot less games that came out this year than everyone else because I didn't have a PS4. So like couldn't
Fair.
play Ghosts or Last of Us or Final Fantasy Remake. So played a lot less games than everyone. So like my answer is Hades, but that's a bit more of like that's the only thing it could have been. 'Cause I
Ori?
didn't play- Huh?
Ori?
Yeah, Ori's a good game, but it's not Hades.
Damn right.
But no, Hades is my choice for game of the year. Secret half serious, half joking. Other picks are Monster Prom 2, Monster Camp, and Helltaker. As my secret covert picks, but the actual number one is Hades. Most what everyone said has summed it up. Very fun, very well written. It's classic Supergiant. They somehow create completely new settings and completely new gameplay loops, and they all end up with at least some high level of quality. Even the least good one is still amazing in my book. Yeah. So game of the year is Hades. Deuce is the best, and if anyone hurts the floating head Gorgon man, I will kill them.
Deuce is so good.
Deuce is pretty great. I love Deuce.
She deserves everything. She deserves everything in the world plus more.
I don't know what effect they do on her voice to make it sound the way it does, but it's like ASMR to me every time she speaks, and it's like, "Oh, sorry, Prince," and I'm like, "Fuck."
What if it's legitimately just the voice actress?
I would pay if they're on Cameo. I will pay them anything to just say things to me.
Oh, Zach's in here with a 10 out of 10 on the horny scale too.
And it's a floating head. How about that? You know,
floating snake head that'll kill you.
It's like I started up this game and I realized, oh no, I have a bad fetish.
Oh god.
I saw a thing. You know, it's a good game.
I was like, you know, Hades is good when it makes me wanna romance the floating snakehead more than literal Eridice.
Yeah.
Literally the goddess of love, and she's naked, and yet I'm more attracted to the floating snakehead.
Yeah, Aphrodite's here, and I'm like, get out of the way, snake lady. He's like, hey, I'm actually a bear. Want me to sing a bitchin' song? Shut up, bam.
God damn.
Oh, good game, but not my game of the year on that one.
Here's the thing. I know what your game of the year is because you have mentioned to us before. I never finished this game. I will also never go back to finish this game.
I'm pretty certain I know what Dave's gonna say, but go ahead.
Well, first off, my top 5 real quick. I'm just gonna say no validation on them. Number 5 is Hades, and I hate roguelikes, so it's.
Oh yeah, you hate roguelikes.
So the fact that it's there at all is a testament to how good that game is.
I'm impressed.
Number 4 is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That game was real fucking good.
Wow.
Number 3 is Ghost of Tsushima. Number 2 is Persona 5 Royal, because that game fucking kicks ass.
See, I thought about that, but I was like, I gave it to 5. I gave 5 Game of the Year before, so giving Royal on the list is kind of fucky.
Yeah, considering I didn't play the first one, I didn't feel too bad.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Couldn't put it as Game of the Year. Game of the Year, though, for me, is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep, there it is.
Game is fucking good. Holy shit. I played through that game once, finished it, and immediately was like, do I want to replay this on hard? Fuck yeah, I do. I do want to do that immediately after I finish it.
Yeah.
And then replay the whole game again. It was so good. Combat was great. The characters were fantastic. The narrative, I guess, mild spoilers. It's not really a remake.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a clever way of doing it. I mean,
it's so
as mild as you can get. They basically remix the game, which is very Tetsuya Nomura of them. But like, yeah, they basically fuck with the story, and it's done in such a clever and unique way that is just like this is the golden standard for a video game remake.
It's I wouldn't even call it a remake, but like the way they
I guess.
Yeah, reimagining is a good.
I would say this and Resident Evil 2, although this is also it literally changes the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is nothing like they completely changed the narrative of the game. Like there is a point at which you get where realistically it is Tetsuya Nomura holding up a giant fucking sign that says, "Hey, are you a fan of the original game and you wanted this to be the original game? Fuck you." That is what the sign says, and you're happy about it. Which is not something I expected to feel playing a Final Fantasy remake game directed by Tetsuya Nomura after coming off of Kingdom Hearts 3 from the year before. that I fucking hated. Like, I defied all my expectations. They made a bunch of characters that were so minor or ones that I just didn't like all enjoyable. Jessie is best girl. I don't want to hear fucking any other opinions about it.
Hell yeah.
Way to take a nothing burger of a character and
Oh
make her
my
like,
god.
it does help that she's voiced by, I forget that actress's name, but she's also Futaba in Persona 5 and Barbie.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
The
that's
best
like
JRPG character.
that's what she's known for. She's the Barbie voice actress. But
That's
then
funny.
Futaba in Persona 5 is what we know her from.
Unbelievable to me. Holy
Vic-
shit.
Vic told me that, and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, she's Barbie."
The work that she puts in, I mean, again,
It's
I
so good.
gave zero shits about Final Fantasy VII before this. I tried to start the original and did not enjoy it. I way later, so like it was an old game, and I was like, whatever. This I loved, although I guess not enough to finish it. But Jessie, oh my god, best girl.
Jessie was fucking great. They had like Briggs and shit who were not real characters
Yeah.
in the first
Yeah,
game, and Wedge.
Wedge and Biggs being real characters was awesome.
Wedge and Biggs being, and they kept the same fucking jokesy Star Wars references for their names. They didn't even fucking change it.
That's in every Final Fantasy game.
Oh, really?
Biggs and Biggs, Biggs and Wedge are in every single Final Fantasy game.
It's like Sid.
Really?
Yeah, they're in every. Yes.
Like all the way
Final
from
Fantasy
one?
VI. Final Fantasy
Not from
6,
one,
They are the characters that are in the very beginning.
I
Oh.
want to say 4 is their first appearance.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because I haven't played that many Final Fantasy games. I played 1, 2, 5,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, not
No.
that many.
1, 2,
2,
5,
10,
and
2,
7.
13, 13, 2, 3.
1, 2, 5, and
You
7.
poor bastard.
No, they appear even in Final Fantasy 1. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
fuck, I don't remember them being in there. Huh.
That's hilarious.
I had no idea. You just blew my fucking mind.
Yeah,
But
they're major recurring characters in 14. They're all over that game.
they're like fucking major characters though in a lot of story beats. And like they
Yeah,
build
and
out the Turks. They build out every character in that game like phenomenally. Barrett is fucking a fantastic character, and that's
I love
after when I first saw the trailer, I was like, I don't know that I like his voice or his character, but then playing through the game is like, no, he's fucking perfect. This is great.
Building him out for you to first be like, "Oh my god, shut the fuck up," and then eventually you're like, "Oh, okay, hold on, you actually have depth. What's going on here?"
Yeah. Like, oh, that game is so good. Sure, it definitely still had issues. I don't think a single game this year was a 10 out of 10 for me. But like, God, they had some texture popping issues, but combat was fun. The story was good. Hard mode was actually like a challenge and enjoyable and not crazy. And minus they made Hell House a boss that was fucking great. Like,
Hell House was so fun.
they literally made like a fucking meme random encounter from the first game into a meaningful and fun boss. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's such a fucking good game. So yeah, that is 100% my game of the year.
And it's a game that gets better over time, which for Final Fantasy games is actually crazy rare. Most of them, I've said before, peak roughly somewhere in the 60% mark. This game genuinely gets better and better and better.
Yeah, a lot of them drag, and I think splitting the remake into sections is part of why that's true.
Yeah, and that we'll see. Obviously, when parts come up, but that'll either really, really help this or really, really hurt it. I think, and honestly, I was very negative going into this game. I expected it to be shit because I think Nomura is a bad director. I genuinely think in the long run that actually will help this game considerably when it comes out in 2032.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not gonna see the next one for a while.
Nope.
But hey, that texture popping issue will probably be fixed thanks to PS5. So
Yeah, I'm very excited to see them utilize the SSD for PlayStation 5, especially because then I won't have to hold fucking triangle for 10 seconds to get through a goddamn loading screen.
Yep, nope, definitely did have issues. Definitely
really
had
used that.
issues.
They really used that in this one.
A lot, yeah.
Also, some of the pacing was a little off in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
It's JRPG.
But hey, there was some bad pacing in Ghost of Tsushima too. So
I don't think there's a single game on any of our lists that had perfect pacing. Honestly,
it's
maybe
a-
Ori out of
a
them.
Helltaker. Thank you.
Isn't that game
Yeah.
only like an hour or two long?
No, it's
free,
like 30 minutes.
and you should go play it right
Yeah,
now.
It's a great pace 30 minutes.
You
though.
can't have if you have pacing issues in a 30 fucking minute game, you need to rethink your game design.
But my
Helltaker
point still stands. There was a game on our list that had perfect pacing.
Boom.
I was gonna say I
Helltaker-
think Ori actually had pretty perfect pacing as well.
Ian Pridge's special yearly award, horniest game of the year.
Does
Look out, 2021 Honey Pop wins it.
I was gonna say, does Helltaker get horniest game? Is that Monster Camp? Is that Hades?
I think Helltaker wins still.
No, Monster Camp actually wins that then.
Than Hades.
Monster Camp's pretty fucking horny all the time.
I mean, yeah.
Judging from the couple hours we played during Extra Life, that game seemed pretty fucking horny all the time.
True.
Oh man, are there any other games you guys want to shout out or anything before we call it a night?
Shit.
Yeah.
I did have one. Fuck. What's the free game that came with PlayStation 5? Astro's Playroom.
Oh yeah, that was
So goddamn good. Easily the best pack-in title since Mario 64.
Orlando.
we went over this. Mario
It's not a
64, not a
pack-in
pack-in title.
Well, guess what? It's the best pack-in title. Except Nintendo World. Nintendo Land. That's the best pack-in title.
I don't know what else I played this year. Fall Guys. Fall Guys is good.
Among Us.
I mean, Persona
Among Us,
4 Golden did come out this year, and that was
Does-
really
let
good.
me rephrase that. It doesn't have to be released this year. If there's
Oh,
a
I
game
mean-
you played this year that you loved,
The new
played-
Jackbox
Shout
is
it
the
out.
best Jackbox in a long time.
yeah, that's true.
I played.
I mean, I
Great.
played Nier Automata for the first time. Well, finished it for the first time this year. I played it before but didn't finish it, so I finished it for the
yeah.
first time this year, and that's obviously
That's a really good game.
amazing.
Dadish.
Thank you, arcade fan.
Fucking daddish. I want to give a quick shout out to Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, we do have to mention Animal Crossing. This is very good.
Like, Animal Crossing was great and consumed probably literally 150 hours of my spring to summer. But like, as a game, it's more of an addiction than a fun game. But it was great and helped a lot with, this year.
Joe says group thoughts on Among Us being able to count as the people's game of the year despite not coming out this year. The game, look, I understand that the game was literally out before this year. It wasn't, because no one knew it existed. Therefore, it was released in 2020. It was released when it became a Twitch bait.
Yep. Pretty much.
I agree with that. I think I made the joke earlier that Cyberpunk 2020 doesn't count because, or 2077 doesn't count because it's in early access right now. No, it's not. But like when PUBG suddenly became popular, when Fortnite suddenly became popular, that year was their year. It wasn't the year that, Fortnite literally came out and was a nothing game back when it was Fortnite Save the World. But Fortnite, as we know it today, is an entirely different game, and it came out when it did.
Yep.
Game I want to shout out, Tangle Tower. Nobody here has even heard of this game. I fucking guarantee
You are
that.
correct.
Tangle Tower, it is on Apple Arcade, but I believe it's also on Switch and Steam now. It's a mystery game, very much in the style of like your Phoenix Wrights, your Danganronpas. You play as a detective. I can't remember his name. Oh, it's really cool. Grimoire. Grimoire is a fucking radical name for a main protagonist, and his partner, I think, is like Sally. It's such a dumb. Her name is dumb, but she's the best fucking character in a video game. The art style is incredible. The voice acting is incredible. The animation is incredible. The story is really good until the very end. What else can I say, folks? They basically ran out of time and they said, "Shit, we got to end the game here, folks. Look out for the sequel." You know what? I would compare it directly to what was the 2D pixel art ninja game, samurai game that came out last year?
Katana Zero.
Katana Zero. It's literally Katana Zero, except instead of an action game, it is a like puzzle detective game. It's so good. I really, really, really recommend you play it if you like that kind of game.
Shout out Desperados 3, which is
yeah.
a great game, but also Zach needs to play Shadow Tactics. Get him, light him up.
Zach, play Shadow Tactics. Jesus Christ.
I also haven't played it, but Wes tells me that Paradise Killer is the goat.
I've wanted to play that. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, it's right in my wheelhouse, and I just haven't got to it yet.
All right.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition came out this year, and that was awesome.
Wow, that did come out this year, huh?
Well, last year, but yeah.
Pretty played.
That came out last year?
2020. We're in 2021 now.
Oh,
okay.
We're talking about it. The year that we are actually discussing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think that's it. Like, I mean, I'm not going to talk about Cyberpunk. I'm not going to talk about Last of Us Part 2. A game that has very redeeming qualities. Also, Demon Souls. I talked about this before. I wish that game was better. It's the best looking game I've ever played. I'll tell you that. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. That was a very good game.
It was a really good game.
Genshin Impact.
Also.
Ugh.
I agree with
you
Chris on
know
Genshin.
what? Everybody pour one out right now for fucking Dreams. The game that got robbed.
It wasn't a game. That's why it didn't do well. It's a game development engine. That you don't sell that to consumers.
Fine, but
he's got a point there.
I feel so bad.
I don't. It's it's a great idea, but it was marketed as a game, and it's not.
Spelunky 2 is a game I'll probably play next year when it comes to the Switch, and that's all I can really think of.
Okay. All right, let's end this one. Any shout-outs before we close out? Plugs.
By the way.
Oh, pretty.
No plugs. All right.
Yeah.
No plugs?
Sorry. Responding to Joe, this is Demon Souls is the best game in the past 286 days. Hey, I'm really happy that you very much enjoyed that game. It felt very dated, and I'm a huge Souls game fan, and it was not fun to play the second half of that game.
What came out 287 days ago?
I assume he's talking about Hades because it was earlier in the year.
I mean, Hades' official release was late in the year.
Yeah, true. It's not Ghost of Tsushima. I know that. Plugs. Check out Chris's Pokemon video. Check out another video essay on. I mean, all of our fucking Zelda video essays popped the shit off over our break here.
Thank you all for watching this.
14,000 subscribers suddenly.
Please watch some of our other content.
Yeah, seriously. I've been trying to tell people in the chat, like, oh, I love this series. And I'm like, I hope you check out our other videos because we did make 31 video essays last year, and only 6 of them are the Zelda ones. So listen, there's some that are super dated. Like, I'm not going to tell you to go watch the Cooking Mama video essay because that game's not relevant anymore. But like,
fascinating story though.
It is a good
really
story.
Funny.
That's true.
Okay, how about this? I won't tell you to watch the one where I speculated whether or not Cyberpunk 2077 would have to be a digital only release. Okay.
Yeah,
Listen,
you can
I
skip
was
that
wildly
one.
wrong. That was wild speculation, and I knew that.
I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again.
I didn't even believe that when I made the video, but it was fun to make. But no, I'm not lying. I'm just saying it was fun to make that video.
No, I was laughing at the. I didn't believe that when I made it.
Yeah, no. There's lots of really good video essays on our channel, so please go check those out. Check out our Ace Attorney videos. Those are really fun, and
they're way better than they have any right being.
Thank you. We have a new one coming Monday that I also think is very excellent, and we'll be recording it again next Wednesday. So come in then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
It's been fun. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any ideas that you want us to tackle, prompts on the show, drop them in the comments. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and come back again. Record every other Friday at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. So give us a watch. I say my time zone first, all right, Zach?
I didn't say anything.
But you wanted
I shook my head in disgust.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a lovely day.
Take care.